Imagine going into, your senior leaders and they're asking, hey, do we have the right people to achieve our business outcomes? Do we have, the right talent to help us, take our organization to the next level? Imagine having to say somewhat, but that's where Betterworks can help turn that somewhat into really giving you that insight. A lot of us, we go in, we're able to get workforce insights in our different tools where we can go in and be able to see, okay, how are we doing? But this is only one lens that we're taking a look at. It's important to have that different context. It's important to be able to see this from different perspectives. Well, that's what Betterworks can do with all of these things that we've announced as part of our spring release. So here I am on James's profile. This is that unified talent profile that starts to change that answer of what can your people do, having somewhat of a confidence around that, to really understanding how your people are doing and what skills do they bring to the table. And what Betterworks helps to do is use AI to be that co-pilot that helps you synthesize a lot of that data. So from here, you can see we provide you an AI performance summary so that I can see at a high level, my key achievements, strengths, areas of development. You can see where it's pulling it from different parts of the platform, whether it's recognition, peer feedback, where we're pulling that context. Because again, it's not just hallucinating this information, it's actually grounded in real performance data that we have within your organization. But not only do we provide, that highlight around the performance data, this is where our skills intelligence comes into play, because now we can look at all of that and using our AI skills inference engine, actually start to suggest up to you, hey, here are some skills that you might not realize you have, but you are actually demonstrating across your organization. And so here you can go through different skills. You can see that we're highlighting the sources that they're coming from, whether it's conversations or peer feedback. We're providing you this visibility, but it's not just visibility from your own standpoint. So as James looking at his own profile, but this also starts to give you context, across your organization. So over here, you can see that under the people that I work with, here's Rob. I can actually go to his profile. You'll notice that Rob's profile has the same thing that's similar. We'll be able to see Rob's data. We can see his key achievements, his strengths. Again, you'll notice that it's pulling from his peer feedback, recognition, and goals. But this isn't something that is just stagnant. It isn't just a snapshot that's happening. You'll notice this little call out right here. New data is available. So as more information is coming in, whether it's folks giving feedback on their mobile device or folks, updating or updating their conversations while they're in Gmail, or giving recognition while they're in Slack or Teams. All of those different signals, we're capturing that in the flow of work, and then our system is synthesizing and highlighting for you. So at any time when you are going in, trying to make sure that you have a understanding or context on how that person's performing, you're able to do that and come in here into the AI performance summary. So James can come in, he can look at this, he can validate, wow, Rob has been doing really well. We really do need to make sure we retain him. But, in this world, we want to make sure we trust the data that we're looking at. And so that's the other power of the Betterworks platform. We're not just surfacing up content for you and context to understand. You can drill down into those details. So if I wanted to go into the goals and I wanted to specifically look at the things Rob is working on, I can go in and see that. So I can take a look and see that Rob has been crushing it. He's been hitting 100% in his goals for the quarter. I'm able to drill down into those milestones. Again, Betterworks is about removing a lot of the friction, so we can actually connect to different data sources. Here, Rob's on our engineering team, so he's actually linked a lot of his work in Jira to Betterworks. So rather than having him go into multiple places, update information, he created this connection. As he's completing those issues in Jira, it's updating the progress here. And so Betterworks can actually integrate with those different systems of record to update your progress. With the Betterworks platform, we're helping you take all of those different somewhat confident answers to actually be confident that you know who your talent is, you know what your talent is doing, you know where your talent is going. And that's just the beginning of what we're building with the Betterworks platform, especially around this spring release.